computers know.
I love
whether
that place.
they already know.
Are you able?
whether
My
you're able to
voice is like
reset it.
gone.
Yeah. So how many chances it's going to be?
That's great. They have the health monitoring systems too. Very well. It just keeps going. Really cool.
And chip
All right.
printers.
Yeah.
We are live on Facebook. We're going to give everybody a chance to settle in and we will kick things off.
Okay. Refresh me on the format.
Yeah, well,
Good job for keeping up with your email. I'm very impressed.
I'm on the computer all day long. So essentially, we can use this as our kickoff, I suppose. My voice is a little raspy, but just as a reminder to everybody that 1 Million Cups is an organization that was started by the Kaufman Foundation out in Kansas City. And their mission is essentially to caffeinate entrepreneurs 1 cup of coffee at a time. They organize these events that happen throughout the United States. There's like 130 chapters now. And I don't know, man, that's not who I want to see. Where's your video?
All US based.
Yeah, I believe so. And most chapters meet on the every Wednesday from 8 to 9 or 9 to 10. We only do once a month, the first Wednesday of every month here in Peachtree City from 8:30 to 9:30. We've had just a hard time getting entrepreneurs in the area to step up and want to present. I've been told a lot of people don't really understand what it is, so we're doing a better job of outreach to the community to let them know. But certainly we hope that everybody's experience this morning is worthy of sharing and helping our community grow. We have a nice crowd here today, but now that COVID is over, hopefully more people will start coming out. But we still will go on Zoom for those who want to join remotely. We push ourselves up to Facebook Live so that people who can, don't want to come in can watch from home at a later time. And the format is typically 2 presenters. Each presenter gets 6 minutes to present, and then that's followed up by a Q&A of about 20 minutes. But this morning we had 1 presenter bail because of a family emergency. So we are down to 1, David, who's here with Arcana Aviation. And before I turn the mic over to him, I'll let Darren do a community introduction, and then we'll introduce and say thank you to our sponsors. And then it'll be up to you.
I'm live. Hopefully this is framed right. Good morning. Oh, we're in June. Holy cow. The year's going by quick. So today I'd like to back up a little more.
I don't even know if I was on the camera.
There we go. Okay. So today I would like to thank our sponsors. We have Highland Bakery for giving us some fresh pastries. They're here in Peachtree City. They're also up in Atlanta, as I understand. So thank you, Highland Bakery, as always, for the delicious pastries you provide us. And we do have a new coffee supplier. We have Yellow Band Coffee Roasters. They've got a really good story. Well, you can click on their banner and check them out and order their coffee direct from their website if you want it in your house. If you're local within a certain region, they'll actually deliver it to you. So that's really cool. And so we want to thank our new coffee roasters. Thank you, Lee, with Yellow Band Coffee Roasters. Not really any events happening. Did you talk about Startup Fayette?
I did not.
A little bit. So Startup Fayette, as you know, we've mentioned it before. It's something that happens once a month here for those who are thinking about starting a business, may have been in business for a couple of years and want some education. Once a month we meet here at Launch and Go to and have a professional speaker on a topic, something where people can practice. This is what 1 Million Cups is great for, because at the end of this year with Startup Fayette, we are doing a pitch contest. So if you have a business idea or something that you need a little extra help and funding for, you should apply for the pitch contest.
June 15th, third Tuesday of every month. So June 15th.
Third Tuesday of every month. So June 15th is Startup Fayette here at 5:30 at Launch and Go.
We're doing that pitch contest, the practice run that is.
So it's this month is a practice pitch contest. So if you want to practice your pitch versus 1 million cups where we're practicing our presentations. Come on, join us. You go to the website, startupfayette.org, and then
Yeah, there's a button right in.
there's a button that says apply to come practice your pitch. So I think that's pretty much it for announcements. So without further ado, we're going to have Jay with David with Appalachian.
Arcana Aviation.
Oh, Arcane Aviation.
Appalachian's the one who
Failed out.
fails. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Arcane
It's too early in the
Aviation.
morning for Darren.
All right.
Need
Well,
some more
just
coffee.
come on,
getting our
David.
coffee.
Okay. Good morning. My name is David Benoit. Thank you so much. What I would like is for you guys to simply watch this video. I don't want to say too much about it beforehand. I think the art should speak for itself. I don't like it when people get in front of crowds before concerts and talk about the music before they hear it. I think everybody is entitled to their own opinion about it, not have it influenced by that kind of stuff. So, and I'm going to be soliciting feedback on the video and fielding any questions that you guys would have. There is a narration. I narrated it. And I'd like to turn the closed captions on, if that's okay, because I have yet to see this entire video with the closed captions. So if that's okay with you. And there's some terminology in here that like, do any of you know what a turnplate roof is? Yeah, it's spelled T-E-R-N-E. So
What I'm gonna do is, because we're on Zoom also, I'm gonna go and share the screen so people can see the video better.
just ought to be able to hit play and it should go.
And closed caption.
I did tap it.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. There we go.
Is there audio yet?
There should be. No, not yet.
Monticello, Georgia, is the seat of Jasper County. It was founded in 1805 and named in honor of President Thomas Jefferson's estate in Charlottesville, Virginia. You'll find it about an hour's drive southeast of Atlanta. It's off the beaten path where the locals love to make visitors feel at home with a relaxed pace and friendly, southern, small-town character. It's Trisha Yearwood's hometown, and you may recognize Monticello's charming personality, co-starring alongside Andy Griffith, Johnny Cash, and June Carter in the 1983 television movie Murder in Coweta County. It's kind of hard not to recognize it as the seat of the fictitious Beecham County, Alabama, from the 1992 hit comedy My Cousin Vinny, starring Joe Pesci, Ralph Macchio, Fred Gwynn, and of course, Marissa Tomei, whose unforgettable performance as Mona Lisa Vito won her the Academy Award for Best Actress in a Supporting Role in 1993. Monticello's historic district was officially listed on the National Register of Historic Places on August 8, 1997. The district stretches out from the town square and features eclectic styles of public, commercial, and residential architecture, including Greek Revival, Gothic Revival, Italianate, Second Empire, Queen Anne, Colonial Revival, Neoclassical, English Tudor, and Craftsman. The first flight on this aerial tour is over the Monticello Baptist Church Cemetery, which sits on property deeded to the Baptist Church by William Penn. Log cabin structures preceded the current church building, which was built in 1962. The Jeremiah Person House sits on property purchased in 1816 and is one of the oldest homes in Monticello. William Goolsby was a tavern keeper who sold this beautiful colonial-style home and surrounding lovely acreage to the Gunn family in 1850. The bend in the railroad track was for the convenience of the Gunn family, who could walk out of their front door and catch the train to Macon in the late 1880s. By 1820, Jasper County was 5th in the state in manufacturing and was the most populous county in the state with a population of over 14,000. Also, one of Monticello's oldest homes is Reese Hall, which was built for David Reese, an early politician who represented Jasper County in the state Senate and later served as a U.S. congressman. The rich detail of the Ballard residence includes Greek Revival and Southern Italianate elements, including cornices and Corinthian columns decorated with acanthus leaves. The Burney House graces several acres of picturesque land just a few minutes walk from the square. The home features Second Empire charms with an elegant speaker's porch and a two-story Italianate tower that's capped with a finial. Another oldest home in Monticello is the Puraloy Burney House. Features include the original kitchen, fireplace, walk-in root cellar, and daylight basement behind the main coastal raised cottage style structure. Individually listed on the National Register of Historic Places, this Italianate home named Exeter was built by Fleming Jordan. It features a wraparound porch, wide eaves, and a spiral mahogany stairway that was shipped from England and hauled from Savannah by ox cart. William S. Hurd, a native of Connecticut, built this beautiful home. It's unique with its combination of a mansard roof and Italianate details. A committee was organized in 1860 to oversee the development and maintenance of the Southview Cemetery. It's now owned and maintained by an individual. Prior to the start of the Civil War in April of 1861, Jasper County was one of the 3 largest cotton producers in the state. Both before and after the Civil War, cotton was the economic mainstay of the county. Originally built in the 1840s in nearby Putnam County, this lovely antebellum home was moved to this location in 1865. The home and grounds have been extensively renovated and now feature a wraparound porch, balustrade, and ionic columns. The Pound home served as the main house for a 400-acre estate. The many charms of this Queen Anne Victorian home include turned porch posts, spindle frieze, and sawn brackets. This neoclassical clapboard home on Eatonton Street features Doric porch supports and an inviting front entry with Queen Anne-style sidings. The first commercial brick building on the square was built for James H. Roberts. The bricks were made in Mr. Roberts' own local brickyard. The Cullen Thomas Ezell residence was originally built in the Victorian style with a wrapping porch. The front was renovated and the porch became a Tudor-style suite. Colonial revival in style, the Kelly House was originally built in an L-shaped plan. The matching right wing was added in the 1920s, creating an appealing symmetrical 3-bay facade. The porch features large classical Doric columns. This well-preserved 2-story clapboard home was built for a cottonseed oil investor named Lucian Benton. The design features balanced asymmetry and a wide front porch with chamfered posts. Prior to the railroad, cotton was transported by a mule-drawn wagon to market in Macon, a round trip that took no less than 3 days. But with the arrival of the railroad in 1887, passenger and cargo travel to Athens and Macon became much more convenient and profitable, and a construction boom produced beautiful homes and durable brick storefronts began to spring up on the square. Among the first to go up on the square was the MS and LO Benton General Store. This was also the location for Monticello Hardware for many years. MS and LO Benton also built this charming storefront across the square the following year and leased it to Sam Cohen. It's worth noticing the corbelled brickwork and the original cast iron columns from Chattanooga. This is the only remaining third of the Thomas Jefferson Smith building, which housed a grocery store from 1892 till 1921. Just off the square is the Leverett Building, built in the neoclassical style.
David, in the
Benjamin
interest
Monticello
of
occupied it, and the telephone exchange occupied the second floor in the 1920s.
in the interest of really protecting our format, I know I said that you could, have more than 6, but Darren and I are sitting back there, and while we are incredibly impressed by the quality of the video, and I feel like I've just learned an incredible amount about an area in our state that I wasn't aware of, we want to support you from a business perspective.
Sure.
So what we'd really like to sort of shift to is more how we can help you as a community. Like that's our number one question.
Okay.
As 1 Million Cups is, what can we as your community do for you? So what we'd really like to know is, is it a matter of distribution? Is it a matter of sales? We would love to help you in any way that you
Sure.
that you need.
So let me get into that.
Thank you.
I was an airline pilot for 16 years, and my airline shut down in October of last year. And looking at unemployment, I decided what was I going to do? And there's seems like drones are the hottest new thing. So I bought this drone. Actually, this is not the drone I bought. The first one I bought is in Lake McIntosh. This is the second drone I bought, and decided to go out and try to build a brand of some kind. And so wife and I decided on the name of Arcana Aviation. And I just started going out and shooting stuff that I thought people would be interested in, to try to build the brand. Filming locations for Stranger Things and Walking Dead and all kinds of stuff like that. And just started putting up videos and trying to figure out what, I guess I need to be in the frame here, trying to figure out what would work. Come to find out, it's impossible to predict. My most successful video is a video not nearly of this scale, but it was just a day's worth of shooting in Griffin. And that's been the most popular video. And I really kind of filmed that one in, sort of. I put more effort into a Pickens County video up in Jasper, Georgia. And I really liked it, but that one really hasn't done well. I don't know why. So I decided to, and finding a historical guide at the visitor center in Monticello, I used that as a guide to go through and put this video together. There's over 70 locations in this video. And I'm ready to release it. I recorded the narration on Saturday. And then yesterday spent all of the day till 1 o'clock in the morning putting the narration in and making sure all the clips were correct and everything. And then there's some music missing. But now I'm gonna have to put this on the back burner a bit, because in about 2 weeks I start at a new airline. So I'm not gonna be able to do this nearly as much for months and months until my airline schedule is kind of settled. And I have something else that I want to move onto the front burner that I would like to do a presentation here for at some point. But concerning this, curious on your feedback. I'm curious on what you saw. I'm curious of any feedback that you guys would have this morning.
First question, I guess, is this supposed to be a tourist guide type thing? Is that what I'm getting from it? You're saying you got 70 locations. I saw a whole bunch of historical homes, very interesting stories, but what is this? What is the purpose of this, and who are you releasing to? Maybe I missed that at the beginning.
It's just released to my YouTube channel, and whoever wants to watch it can watch it. It's not this right now is restricted, but if this is the final version, I'll just turn the restrictions off. It is to try to get other towns and other areas to look at this and say, would you please come do one of these for us? And we would like you to do this, 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 and this.
So it would be a tourist video, and this is like a sample that you're hoping will lead to business from other small.
Correct.
What would you charge a city for something like that?
For something like this, thousands, because it was 4 trips over there, and it was hours and hours and hours. There's about 3,000 individual decisions that went into this video.
So how did you get the research? Like, how did you, that was a lot of information.
I did a lot of Googling myself, and the people at the visitor center made a copy of a guide they had from the 1980s. That's not very well written and has a lot of inaccuracies that were very frustrating. But yeah, just sitting there Googling, and in the credits, my father-in-law, Dr. James Patterson Smith, is a professor of history, retired professor of history from University of Southern Mississippi, and he's kind of shown me, you might want to talk a little bit more about this, a little bit more about this. And I still have dozens of questions that I don't have the answers to. So.
Something that you may want to, I mean, approximately how far in walking distance are all these houses from each other in downtown?
They're all essentially walking distance-ish.
Okay. So in a small town like that, if they're walking distance-ish, and you can format this to a mobile app, right? And so what if it's an audio video tour as you're walking around and you have it in destination order? So as you're walking along, you can pause it between and it's like, okay, we're at the next location, boom, bring it up and you can listen and see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Have you considered that at all?
Kind of, no, but kind of like at a museum where you go up to something and you have a little audio thing and you punch in the number and you
Okay.
read. Yeah, that's a great idea.
So the first thing I thought about too was, what would, if the city is going to approach you to have this done, what are they concerned with? Are they concerned with the architecture? Are they concerned with getting people into that town? And what would be those things that the city would want to highlight? Yeah.
That's one of the first questions I asked the people at the visitor center.
Okay.
And they told me, Trisha Yearwood, friendly Southern small town character, which I more or less witnessed while I was there. They gave me the list, and it's in there.
I'm looking at it too, like, that's, I'm like, young as hell, right? But I'm not that young. But anyway, but like, so I think most cities want to keep attracting younger families, right? To keep growing the city. And so for me, I'm looking at it like, that's really cool architecture. What's in it for me? Like, what am I gonna be really interested in? Yeah, cafes,
Art.
crafty things, right? Like, I'm just thinking maybe a city might want to bring some of those aspects into it. Just some feedback. But,
Who is your
but the production
market?
quality is amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Very good. Who are your followers on YouTube right now? And like, who's your target market, I guess? Who you want to follow your channel? And how many people do you have that follow you?
Offhand, I don't know how many followers I have on Facebook. It's not that many. I mean, on YouTube, it's not that many. I think I'd have to produce a lot more content to get more.
Yeah.
I made, in fact, the screen that you pulled up earlier in the upper right-hand corner had a video I did for the tornado damage in Newnan. So I think what I'd have to do to really grow things, this is what I'd have to do to grow things. I'd have to get a better drone. And that's partly what stopped me, because in addition to all this videography, what can be done with a drone is amazing. And this one is limited. And if I were to get a better drone, I'd really need to focus on what would I need this drone to do, and what drone am I going to get to do that. Asset inspection is the big thing these days, and that drone can't do it. And another thing about this drone, you're talking about the quality, and I appreciate that. However, this camera in here is a 12 megapixel camera. And that's about the best video you're going to get out of a 12 megapixel camera. The standard is 20 megapixels. So deciding what direction I want to go in, and if I had more success with this, I'd feel a little bit more encouraged about getting something that could do video really well. Buying the drone, I suddenly lost my train of thought. I would have to shut everything down and just do this.
Do you picture going more the route of just trying to drive YouTube views and earn money through YouTube views, or more through selling your content to cities or tourism?
I'm trying to get awareness of what I can do through YouTube and social media, so that people will come to me and say, we see what you can do. We'd like to do something like this for this. Could you please include blah, 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 blah.
I think the one problem with the tourist view is beautiful. I loved it. And I think most towns would be excited, like the Historical Society in Sonoy. But that's a one-time thing. So you do all of that work and then they pay you a few $1,000s and then you have to find somebody else. As far as, that's not, it's not going to be very often. I would think that they would, need a new tourist video. So when I think about something like, I guess thinking about different avenues you could go down that would be repeatable.
Well, repeatable like from Monticello.
Repeatable for like, so that you could have your client, like your clients could stay your clients and get, more videos from you than just like, a
So-
one shot.
So the subscription model.
Yeah, or maybe not even a full subscription, but if you think of like realtors doing like homes, right? And I know that's not exactly, but I like the informational videos, but that's just one time,
Well, Another application for a video like this is to put it on the TV in their visitor center and just let it loop.
Mhm.
Are you? No, you
And I'd be willing to take my branding off of all of
They
it.
would like.
I would be willing to take my branding off of it completely. And not just from Monticello, but other clients. From frame one to frame last, it's what they want, period. And they pay me for it and we're done. Thank you so much.
See that I want it. Is there something that you can do where they pay more than once?
I don't know.
It's probably
So-
YouTube. That's probably.
Yeah.
Let's go to the content. In addition to having a side piece of, the custom pieces for cities and things like that. You probably can't make enough on either one of those individually. You can kind of double dip with the same content. Or same setup, same equipment. You can make money, kind of interesting YouTube videos, but also doing side custom jobs.
Well, I may pitch this to these guys or not. I don't know.
No, I mean I love it. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of towns would like it. It just thinks that you put in so much work and they're gonna say thank you and we'll come back in 10 years and get another one.
Have you researched on YouTube, like the ways to optimize getting grouped into the suggested videos, like the optimum video length and all that? Because I think it's around 10 minutes. It's like the
A little.
optimum.
And most of my videos are shorter than that. So I just decided to go all in with this one. There are so many pretty places to shoot there. And I did not realize the scope of this project when I made the decision of going there 3 or 4 times
I
and
think
shooting.
that actually just adds to Laura's point, right? Like you were there to just capture something and then it opened up all these other doors. That's the potential for other videos to be produced. And when I was sitting here watching the video, I really felt like it was a history lesson, which put me in the mindset of a textbook, right? Or a classroom. Obviously not a textbook, we're not for the daughter yet, but we're close. But these like video lessons, right? I mean, there was so much history in there, and I could see how that would be applicable to education in different ways, right? So I think that's another avenue we can go. And I feel like my head is there because I met with some gentleman yesterday who lives in Fayetteville, who has spent 40 years of his life following archaeologists around the world, documenting and photographing their finds. And I said, who funds this? He said, I've been self-funding it the whole time from day one. I said, that's unbelievable. Like you have to bring your own tent and sleep out in the desert because that's just where the dig is. And he said, yeah. I said, well, how do you make money? He said, I sell what I produce to textbooks and to museums. And I never really even thought about where those pictures come from. But this gentleman is probably responsible for most of the pictures of skulls that we've seen in our textbooks. I mean, it's amazing.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm thinking along those lines for you. Like this to me felt like a history lesson. And maybe that was just the one application, or maybe it was a result of you trying to capture so many things into one. Maybe the next video you do would be more about, craft coffee roasters and craft beer makers. And, like it could have a whole different vibe because the community is different. So I think showing people what you do is great. My biggest fear for you is the length. 20 minutes is a long time. There was a lot in there and your voice was soothing and I could have watched it to full length, but I don't know what people's attention spans will allow them to actually
Right.
watch these days.
Well, we'll find out because once it's released, anybody who's published on YouTube, you've got the
Yeah.
retention chart, and my other videos are getting somewhere around 50% audience retention. Some are a little more, some are a little less.
And those you said are shorter.
Yes, so we're gonna see.
Yeah.
Are you, before I even go on this other tangent, are you open to stuff outside of tourism?
Yes.
So I just keep envisioning this, the footage you have is amazing, and the skills you have to show a building facade are awesome. And I keep seeing it associated with like real estate. And, you know, like if I were looking at a house and I went on Zillow, how cool would it be to see like the outside of the house, the whole thing, and then you zoom right into the inside with your drone, right? I just feel like that's less time that you have to spend, or maybe more value. I don't know.
So there are high school kids who do that for free. When my neighbor sold their house, I offered to take some drone shots. She happily let me take some drone shots. She and none of the other real estate agents in her office called me back. I was contacted. There's a website called bark.com. I've maintained a presence on bark.com, and I've gotten one paying gig out of bark.com. It was for a commercial medical property in Norcross. Anyway, that area. He liked what I did. The video was about 30 seconds. I liked what I did. It was a golden hour photography with that drone. Hadn't called me back. I did bid on another job for a new dentist office in Carrollton. I guess somebody else outbid me. So it just seems like the market's tough.
I can see it being awesome to put like when we were looking for a house, I hated going on the weekends and looking at like 8 houses and spending the whole day doing it. If you could put like a package of like 5 houses into a video, I would just watch those and be like, all right, I want to actually go see that one. You know, maybe there's a different pitch to it.
But I can see when the drones first came out that were cheap enough to buy, that was what everybody I feel like too. Like to your point, I feel like there's a lot of people who do it really cheap that are for free.
I am fearful for you that it's a very saturated market. You know, you talk about departments of tourism. I happen to know that the Chamber of Commerce has already, in the 6 years I've been here, they've been through two videographer companies to create these absolutely amazing videos to promote Fayette County. Everybody who has done them, because I'm friendly with them, has done it as some sort of a barter exchange because they're looking for ways to get their stuff out there, right? And the chamber obviously benefits from that hugely. And the productions they've made have been quite amazing. Very different than yours because there's only so much history in a city that's been founded for what do we just celebrate, like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. It's very young, right? So not like Monticello. It's a very saturated market. I think if you were going to, you know, put everything else aside and go into this full time, you would have a high hill to climb. That's not to discourage you. If you're passionate about it, then by all means, we want to support you. But I think you're right. It is very competitive.
What you said was interesting about the TV and movie film locations. That could be something that's unique to this area that is pretty huge. I mean, you know, huge market for things like Walking Dead and stuff. You can tap into that YouTube suggested video channel with that.
And I think I just need to put a lot more content together in order for it to pick up. I did a video that I liked of the Walking Dead stuff in Sonoy. The video really hasn't done that well. It gets watched, but it really hasn't done that well. And you know, last night I happened to see an article of, you know, it's the strangest thing. Mike Rose says that this business is random and brutal. He's absolutely right about that. There is a video that, God help me, I watched 5 minutes of yesterday. Apparently, videos of people playing slot machines at a casino is a thing. This guy
You're
has
allowed to do that?
this guy has over 500,000 subscribers. And it's just him. He sits there in front of a slot machine and you see the $500 and you just watch him play a slot machine and he comments, okay, I really need 3 pigs, this one. I mean,
It's like that Twitch channel. I don't understand why I would want to watch somebody playing video games.
It's you got to find that niche audience.
I didn't like that as a kid. I don't like that name.
if I'm looking to make it through a level, if I'm back when I was into video games, I'm not, well, I guess this is a giant video game, but maybe if I was looking to get through a level, I might go to this and go find that one spot to see what they're doing. But
Well, again, you are on to something. I understand what you're doing, that it is the drone market is a saturated market. And what you're trying to do is separate yourselves and find your niche.